Only one conference in the country has multiple 13-1 teams. It's the Mountain West, and they got 3 of them. Deadleg, you spent time in the court report today on the Mountain West. Is this clearly, and I know the answer, is it clearly the best non-power conference in college basketball? And in fact, is it better even than some power conferences?
It is on both of those accounts. So it's definitely the best, what I call multi-bid league in the country. It is going to get, I'm close to making this a guaranteed GP. 4 bids again. This was item number 2 in Wednesday's court report. Item number 1, we didn't really get into on the pod. It's a little bit dated now, but the issue was important enough. Item number 1 was Shaka Smart going out and playing some help defense against Creighton, and that whole thing with coaches. I don't want to call it a plague, but it being a semi-regular occurrence. So if you are interested in that, that leads today's court report. But Mountain West was a strong number 2 here. Right now, Mountain West, 6th best league in the country. What's 7? The ACC, which is where the ACC finished a year ago. So the Mountain West right now rates better than the ACC. It actually rates better at the top than the Pac-12. Critically, we mentioned the 13-1 teams. We'll get to that as well. Critically, though, the Mountain West is performing well in the games that it needs to, and it did in the non-conference. The top of the league right now. So your San Diego State, Utah State, Nevada, New Mexico, Colorado State, they right now all have 11 or more wins. They're combined 62-7, and that is not empty calories, GP, because all 5 of them sit in the top 40 at the net, the top 45 at KenPom. None of them have a quad 3 or quad 4 loss on the resume, and that is key, not just from a resume building perspective, but it also, the tide is rising. So because of that, you even toss Boise State in there, there are going to be fewer Q3, Q4 landmines in league play. Yes, there will be some in the Mountain West, but there will not be a lot. And because of that, and because the Mountain West right now is the only team that had only league that had every single team go 500 or better in non-league competition. Mountain West is the only one to do that. It is going to reduce the number of potential bad losses that are looming out there. While, of course, there's going to be Q2s across the board, a lot of Q1s with road opportunities. I just think because of how good the teams have proven themselves to be, and frankly, the math at this point, because what you're not going to get, you would not think. I mean, this would be a stunner. What you're not going to see here is the likes of Wyoming, Fresno State, Air Force, the teams that are, holding up the bottom of the league. They're not going to suddenly become the 2nd, 4th, and 6th best team in the league. So they will have a little bit of sogginess to them. But overall, GP, Colorado State 13-1, Utah State 13-1, Nevada 13-1, and Boise State's not bad either. It's not in that top 5 group. It's just on the outside looking in. But you know what? It's going to have opportunities to make some noise there as well. Huge year for the Mountain West, and I wanted to highlight it because this stunned me. I went back and looked. Before San Diego State made the title game, which was big, I thought it was huge for the conference. First time a Mountain West team ever made the Final Four, let alone a championship game. The league was formed 25 years ago. The preceding 10 years, the Mountain West, I could trivia time you, but let's just keep rolling. Only 3 NCAA tournaments for that conference in a 10-year span. 3 total. That's outrageous. I think this year, not only is it going to get 4, I think 5 is on the table, and I think that you'll have a situation this year, unlike last year, and the year before, and the year before that, and the year before that, where you will have multiple Mountain West teams win NCAA tournament games. But the one thing that what probably won't have is you won't have anyone on the 1 line, probably no one on the 2 or the 3. So if they're going to do it, they're going to need to win multiple tournament games and probably be an underdog in at least one of those. What are your thoughts on what we've seen on the Mountain West, and how many teams do you have ranked from that league in your top 25-1 as of Wednesday?
I have Colorado State and San Diego State, both ranked. I, unlike the AP poll, decided to pay attention to the San Diego State-Gonzaga game.
Well, I went in on that on the court report as well.
I saw it. I appreciate the name reference.
Come on now.
First thing I do anytime I click on a article is I do a quick search for my name to see if I'm in there somewhere. So I appreciate that. Appreciate the shout out for the Politex column. It really is crazy. Like Gonzaga just extended its streak of like 140 something of consecutive appearances in the AP poll, and I'm happy for them. I love that program, but they should not be ranked right now, and they especially shouldn't be ranked if you're not ranking San Diego State.
It's I can't get too up in arms over the poll because this happened, but it's atrocious by the voting collective that they. There's no case whatsoever that San Diego should not be ranked. and Gonzaga is, but whatever.
No, it's outrageous. So I've got those two ranked, but I have at certain points in the season looked, the other three, Utah State, Nevada, New Mexico, all on my radar. All five are in the top 40 of the net. All five are in the top 45 at KenPom. The Big Ten also also however you want to say it. The Big Ten also has five in the top 45 at KenPom. Mountain West and Big Ten have the exact same number of top 45 teams at KenPom. ACC only has four. Carolina, Duke, Clemson, and Wake Forest, which has won 8 straight.
I know. Yeah, I know. Looking good.
Just Steve Forbes, they're 10-3 now. Pac-12 only has 3 in the top 45 at KenPom. That's Arizona, Colorado, Utah. So the Mountain West has as many good teams as at least 3 power conferences.
Yep.
And there are only 8 teams in the country that have already won 13 games, and 3 of them are in the Mountain West: Colorado State, Utah State, Nevada. Trivia time.
Okay.
You name the other 5.
With 13 wins?
Already, there's only 8 teams that have 13 wins already. Nobody has 14 or 15. Nobody has more than 13, but 8 teams have 13. 3 of them are Colorado State, Utah State, Nevada from the Mountain West. You're looking for 5 more.
Houston?
Houston is one of them.
James Madison
is one of them.
So I need 3 more with 13. Ole Miss.
Ole Miss is one of them.
Okay, so there's 300. So I got 2 more with 13 right now.
You got 2 more. You ready for this? I don't even want to ruin it. I think I'll give it away.
Hold on. Purdue?
Purdue is one of them.
Okay.
And you can't get this one.
I can't get it.
No.
Not ranked? A team not ranked?
They're not ranked.
My first instinct is Princeton.
Not Princeton.
Okay.
But it does start with a P.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Not ranked. Princeton, Penn, Pepperdine, Pacific. It's not those teams. A P team. I genuinely want to get this here. Not ranked, though.
Not ranked. The other 4 are ranked. This one's not.
This is that fun part of the podcast, semi-regular occurrence where people are screaming at their phones.
I don't think anybody could get this without looking it up unless you
There's
are a
no
fan.
There's
of
no way
this
that
team.
Presbyterian doesn't have 13, right?
No.
Okay, I was about to say there's just no way.
Unless you're a fan of this team, you have no idea what I'm about to tell you.
Has 13 wins, starts with a P. Come on, GP. What time zone?
Oh man, don't get me mixed up.
Oh, come on. You don't even know where the school is?
I mean, I do, but I don't know the time zone. I'm gonna go Central. It feels like Central. Let me look it up.
It feels like Central, he says. I don't
right
know.
Now, it is. Oh, it's Eastern. It's 2:22 right now. I'm sorry.
It does some of these like places the time zone changes.
I don't. I look like.
Never mind. No,
do I look like a time zone expert? I just know right now it's 2:23 in New York City and it's 2:23 in this place.
I'm not. I don't have the chat up. Has the chat gotten it yet?
Just got it.
Just got it. It starts with a P. This is a stumper. Just give it up.
Purdue, Fort Wayne.
Wow.
Shouts to John Conchar.
Wow.
How about you had
the Mastodons?
You had 2 spots left, and the 2 spots belonged to Purdue and another Purdue.
How about that? Damn, I
Purdue,
did not know.
Trying to make a run up those state of Indiana's rankings.
Top 5 college basketball nickname, by the way, the Mastodons.
You better watch out. You better watch out. We've already accepted that Purdue and Indiana State and Butler
here we go.
have flown by. Here comes the Mastodons. Watch out.
How about that? Yeah, no, I would have been searching in the dark there for a minute, GP. I did not have that. So yeah, 8 of them, 3 of them come from the Mountain West.
2 of them come from Purdue.
2 of them come from the Purdue educational system.
Purdue is so good. They just decided to have a second team that wins 13 games.
Wow. I know. How about that? By the way, I saw in the chat, someone was just asking about the Mountain West, and it's projected to get more bids than the Pac-12. Yes, that is the case. According to Torvik right now, the Pac-12's comfortable, most likely scenario, and I talked about this with KB on Sunday, is 3 tournament bids. The Mountain West's most comfortable scenario by far is at 4. and the ACC right now is at 5, but its chances of getting 5 bids are right alongside with the Mountain West. If you really dive and you really want to really sort the data right now, according to Torvik, the ACC is projected to get 4.7 NCAA tournament bids. The Mountain West is projected to get 4.9. So yes, in multiple ways, the Mountain West right now rates better than the Pac-12 and the ACC. It's a big year for the league, and I do think it's going to continue to make some noise. And I appreciate, by the way, that you can watch more awesome Mountain West games on CBS Sports Network than basically anywhere else. The conference championship will air on CBS as well. Huge year, and yeah, this was necessary because the conference was in need of a reputation overhaul after flopping just time and time again in the tournament, only getting 1 or 2 bids for 6 straight seasons. They got 4 last season and the year before, but only San Diego State made some noise. I think they've got a real good chance here. And by the way, they got really good players. Jaden Ledee and Isaiah Stevens. Stevens was outrageously good on Tuesday night. They kind of lead the charge for a conference that's overdue for some good pub, and we are more than happy to give it to them on the show.
It's a fun league. I'm obviously in studio for a lot of these games, and so you stay up late watching them. And like when you watch a game at Colorado State or San Diego State or Utah State or New Mexico, even Nevada, like it looks like big time college basketball.
Yes,
it looks the way it's supposed to look. So it's
except for the bats that fly around in Nevada's home arena sometimes. Although if that's the way that big time college basketball is supposed to look, Alfred's got an issue with it. I got no issue. The more bats, the better. As far as
I'm for more bats.
Yeah.
I'm for more bats.
Yes.
I wish. Baylor just built this beautiful new $200 million on campus facility.
They need a bat cave.
They need a bat cave.
They do.
That place does look amazing, doesn't it? Looks great.
Yeah, that might be a court report feature in the next couple of weeks. Because you know what? GP mentioned it before. I'm with you, man. The ideal size for 99% of the sport is somewhere between 7,500 and 9,000 people of an arena at college basketball. It looks awesome. Yeah,
like we run into this problem sometime in Memphis. Like it'll be like Memphis against Clemson. It's 2 ranked teams, and and somebody will tweet or whatever like, I can't believe we can't fill the building for a game between 2 ranked teams. It's like there were 14,000 people there. It's just that the building's 17.5 or whatever. Yeah. The building's too big. But like if you had that sells out most building. It sells out Baylor's new arena twice, basically.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest issue with attendance in college athletics for most is that it's not actually the attendance. It's that the place they're playing in is too big for them. And Memphis has it with both FedEx Forum and Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium. The football stadium is about 25,000 seats too big. So even when they got a nice crowd, it looks empty. And the basketball arena, even though Memphis can fill that up, it's if I were Bill, if you just gave me unlimited amounts of money and said, GP, you're in charge, build it, I'd build a 30,000 seat football stadium and a 8,000 seat basketball arena on campus at Memphis and fill it up every time.
Yeah.
So I love Baylor, Ole Miss, when they did the pavilion, almost everything you see that's going to be built on campus going forward, smaller and nicer. That's the new plan. Make them smaller, make them nicer. The thing at Baylor is amazing. And the thing, and when you're watching Mountain West games, they look amazing, just like games at Baylor look. That's
Moby Arena, right? Moby Arena, Colorado State.
Yeah,
that place looks awesome. That I want to get to a lot of venues in the Mountain West, because I live on the East Coast. I haven't had a chance to get out there. Moby might be my number 1 on that bucket list.
I've been to San Diego State and I've been to Nevada, but I don't think I've been to any of the other ones.
I don't think I've been.
I've always wanted to go to New Mexico. I've never been.
Yeah, no, New Mexico. All right. A quick power ranking right now.
Okay.
Man, there's some good ones in here, dude. I would say give me Colorado State first. Yeah, give me Moby Arena. Shouts to Moby.
I've been to UNLV. I've been to UNLV. So I've been to 3 of them.
You know what? I've been to Thomas and Mack, but I haven't been to it for a game. But I've been to Thomas and Mack. I would say CSU is 1. New Mexico, the Pit is clearly 2. Man, there's some good ones in there though. But like Boise State, you know what? Wyoming might be 3 on this list. But there are so many good venues in this thing, man. You've even got the Spectrum at Utah State, which can really get going. And for a good while there, it was before it got to the Mountain West, was one of the more intimidating environments at mid-major college basketball. So yeah, I mean, listen, this is. You should genuinely be tuning into the Mountain West, because these teams are going to matter come March, and I think multiple will wind up winning tournament games. 4 seems basically a lock at this point. 5 is absolutely on the table. Should be a fun next 8 weeks in that conference.